Well, good evening, and it is evening, and I am in the van on my way to the New Forest, so it's quite local to me. And there's a couple of things I thought I might talk about this evening, and one of them is the weather and weather forecasts. And the other is more specifically photographic, and that's going to be to do with shooting into the sun, because I'm hopefully going to shoot a sunset. So shooting into the sun, and whether or not we need to bracket our exposures when we're doing that. And so I'm going to try some things out tonight, just to really test on my Z6ii and Z7ii Nikon cameras whether or not they've got enough dynamic range in them for me to not have to worry about bracketing my shots in these sorts of conditions. So, as I'm driving, I'm not going to say much more at this stage, but I'll catch up with you when I get to my location. So see you in a minute. So, I am near the Ferny Nap enclosure in the New Forest. You can see some of that behind me, and there's a small river, brook, that winds its way across this sort of relatively open area here. It's going to be pretty wet because we've had goes without saying, doesn't it? We've had a lot of rain. Last night was absolutely torrential. Has been relatively dry today though, I have to say, but it's looking pretty wet out there, and so it's a welly boot day today. I'm doing a bit of recording in the car at the moment because it's noisy out there. There's a bit of wind, but also there's a lot of traffic noise. So the first thing that I wanted to talk about, and I'll do that while I'm in the car, the other thing I'll talk about when I'm out there shooting. First thing I wanted to talk about really is this issue of the weather and the use of weather apps. Now, I was going to go down to the West Country this week, or possibly to Dorset, with the intention of shooting some night skies. Now, the night skies have not been really clear, and in fact the weather forecast has been so miserable that I decided not to invest all of that time and money in taking a trip down to Devon or Cornwall, or even Dorset in fact, which is quite a bit nearer. And as a consequence, I kind of ended up stuck at home twiddling my thumbs a bit. And in fact the weather's been a lot better in practice than the weather apps said that it would. There have been quite a few clear patches, and I've noticed from one or two other people who've been posting on social media that they have actually managed to do some night sky photography these past few days. So I'm kind of got that feeling that I have missed out somewhat by taking too much notice really of weather apps. On the other hand, so without further ado, I'm going to get everything together, get my boots on, get my kit together, and we'll get out there. But in the meantime, what do you guys think? How much notice are you taking of weather apps? I just feel that at the moment I'm putting far too much store by them, and quite often it's resulting in me making a decision that, well, the conditions just don't look like they're going to be good enough, and so I'm not going out as much as I probably ought to be. And it might be that we're just in a prolonged bad weather period, but it may be that I'm missing out on opportunities. So let me know in the comments what you think. Are you using weather apps a lot, or are you just getting out anyway and just seeing what nature, what cards nature plays us or deals us? Right, boots on. Let's get this thing done. It's colder out there, I think, than it looks. So warm gear is going to be the order of the day. Now, last time I was filming with the DJI Osmo, I had it propped up in a wellied boot and with some socks stuffed in it. One of these, in fact. And I said that wasn't very professional, and I think that's true. So today, what have we done? Let's see if we can get me back. There we are. So today, most of the time it's tracking me, but when I went out of frame like I did then, it lost me. So today though, I am using a suction cup type window mounting bracket for it. Now I've got to say, it's working really well. Very pleased with this. And so that's what I was using while I was driving. And just for those of you of a nervous disposition, I just want to confirm that I don't operate this thing while I'm driving. I set it off to record before I move off, and then if I want to stop it, I'll pull over basically. So I'm not controlling it from my actual driving position, because it's a bit out of reach, and that would obviously be a bit dangerous. Right, okay, I've pretty much got most of my gear together, so I'll catch you out in the field. Let's do a little bit of walk and talk, shall we? Yeah, it's shaping up quite nicely at the moment. There's some lovely light up there, and just to show you behind me up there, really gorgeous light. So I'm hoping it's going to stay this way, that the sun will do its thing around about sunset. It's looking nice just now. So what I need to do is head up towards the river here and see if I can find myself a composition. Oh, it's looking really gorgeous. I want to be looking back towards the sun, so I'm not quite there yet. I've been here before. I've been to this location, and must be maybe last autumn, just up near where that horse is up there on the left. I found a little kind of mushroom city, and, well, not quite a city, more of a village really, and yeah, I've got some quite nice shots there. I'm quite liking this scene, even though I'm looking away from the sunset. I'm just going to photograph this while I've got it, though I am right between the sun and my subject, which isn't great, so I'm going to have to try and somehow disguise my shadow. Well, ain't that just the way? In the 30 seconds it took me to shut this down, get my camera up, get the lens cap off and compose my shots. We lost the light, and as you can see, looking back that way, how do we do this? Right, that sort of way. We've got this sort of milky grey going on now up in the sky, which is a bit of a shame. Hopefully it's going to clear sometime in the next, well, what time is it now? It's 7:10. Sunset is in 35 minutes, so let's hope that it clears up again. Anyway, on with the show. Let's go and disturb some of these horses. Oh, there's deer up there as well. There is just so much running water here. So I'm kind of quite liking this composition, so I think I'll get set up here, just in the vague hope that that we might just get some light. I do like the way that we've got this little rivulet coming out this way, and this one from this corner, and then we've got this tree as a subject there, which will be hopefully backlit to some degree by the wonderful sunshine that is going to break through any minute. So, naturally, it's raining, isn't it? So, dear, this isn't going very well, is it? There is a vague possibility that in about half an hour or so, we're going to have a bit of a clearance, little bit of clear sky right on the horizon that we can't see. So do I stick around in the rain in the hope of that? Well, I'm going to do that because I've come all this way, and at the moment I have no shots really to speak of, but I'm just going to have to pack everything to keep dry for the moment and go and find a little bit of shelter somewhere. Right, I'll catch you again in a minute. Okay, so the rain has been easing off. What we're going to try and do with the aid of a polarizer is see if we can inject a little bit of drama into what goes for some kind of, I don't know, evening sky shot. So you can see our composition here. We've got this tree just off centre to the left, stream coming in from the bottom right corner, and another branch of it branching out towards the left, and hopefully those two lines are going to lead us strongly up towards the tree and this beautiful sunset that is developing obviously over there in the distance, as you can see. And yeah, 2.5 of a second, or however you say that fraction, at f11 ISO 100. And then looking at the histogram here, I've set the exposure so that we're not right up against the left hand side. There is a slight gap there, and we're not exposing it too high to the right either. So my gut feeling is that if I can get that down just to there and exposed to the left, we should be able to get all the detail that we want out of this image. Okay. So I don't think I'm going to need to bracket this one. There's just not enough dynamic range in the shot for me to demonstrate. But I suppose what I could do is demonstrate auto bracketing on here anyway. So if I go into low continuous mode, because I think we need to be in continuous mode for it to use auto bracketing, go to menu, and then my special menu here, and one there, auto bracketing, and we'll go down to here and we'll turn it on with 3 shots with 1 stop of difference between them. Say OK, and let's go back, ready to shoot, and this should take 3 shots for me. And we go, let's just take that a little bit further to the right now because it's getting darker. And go shoot. 1, 2, 3. There we go. And then review those. That's the final shot that it took. Previous one. So this one is underexposed, and then that one is overexposed. Oh, and that's some whiskey. There you go. 1, 2, 3. Those are our 3 shots. First one at half a second, that one at 1/4 of a second, and that one at a second. Right, okay, well, for what it's worth, we'll put those shots together in Lightroom and just see how much of a difference it makes versus just a single shot exposure. So let's go back to menu, auto bracketing, turn it off. Okay, and then we're back to where we were, and I'm just going to try this one. This is half a second exposure now. Make sure we're still on 2-second timer, which we are. 2-second timer. And, oh no, that was interesting. We still got 3 shots. I obviously did not successfully turn off auto bracketing. Right. Off. Okay. Right, we should now just have a 2-second timer for 1 shot. Yeah, there we go. And let's review that one. Still got the horse there in our picture. Well, this is such a shame really, because I had high hopes for this, but that break in the cloud has just not appeared, as you can see in the distance up there, and it is now sunset. And I've been joined here by another horse just beside me. There we go. Yep, and he's come onto my little island here that I'm standing on. Ah dear, right. Well, I don't think we're going to get any nice light. I'll stay around another few minutes just in case, but I'm pretty sure nothing's going to happen here. But we might be able to make some drama out of the clouds there. It might look a little bit dark and moody, you never know. Maybe it'll suit a black and white shot. Look at that sky. Just not sunset material, is it? Well, there's another 2 horses on their way here, so I think it's definitely time for me to get out of the way. So I'm clearly in their way. There's no food in there, I'm afraid. No, nothing to eat. And then fella. Oh. There we go. Cute. There we go. Might have been some interesting filming there, because the last section of that was basically occupied by one of these horses. Look at them all here. I have never been surrounded by horses like that before. That's really interesting. They're obviously looking for food in my bag. One of them had his nose right in my bag, and the other one, as you may have seen there, went right up to the Osmo Pocket 3 and was giving it a really good sniff. That is hilarious. Right, time to go. You know, I quite like that composition actually. Well, it's too late now, isn't it? Oh dear. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. I quite like that. Now, I guess that the good thing here, such as there is well, one, I've got some shots, and that's great. I've met some horses as well, but I also have actually got to try out the auto bracketing in the end and work out exactly how it is that this system wants me to use it, and that's no bad thing, is it? So yeah, there we are. It's pretty much dark. So I think that's about it. I've got that second composition, which I quite like as well. And as I said earlier, if any of these shots are any good, then here they are now. And in the meantime, thank you once again for watching. And if you stayed with me right until the end, you're a real trooper. Thanks. I'll see you next time.